Hey, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Whoa, look at the flag blow. We got some wind. Yeah, I just came back from my second trip to the post office. And that's not a short trip. So the first time I went, I was pretty pissed because I ordered some stuff to be delivered and then found out they used Fed Up. And I wasn't too happy about that. But my new delivery address worked a little bit better this time. I only had to go there twice. I got home and I got another notice that they were delivered again. So I got two notices at two different times that they were delivered. And I don't know what that was all about, but weird. So anyway, just got home and here they are. Yeah, Life and Discovery, lead time. So I opened this one just a minute ago, and it looks like they're very well packed. I got four of them here. Now these are pretty big. I figure that standard paper, 8.5 by 11. So there's just about 11 across that way. I would say about 12 tall. And then let's see, that would be 12 for the package, and then another 8, so about 20 inches long. I don't have my tape measure here. You know what? Let's take a walk. All right. There's my tape measure. Supposed to be in the van, sitting out here. As you can see, not getting much done here. Although Doggy Daddy helped me start digging the footing over there. Found a nice place to lay in the shade there. All right. So now we can get some accurate measurements. So these boxes are 10.5. I said 11, but 10.5. And they're 21.5. And I figured 20, so I was a little off on that. And they are 13 tall. I figured 12 tall, so I wasn't too far off. But anyway, this comes right on top, and they're written right on here. Post bolts are in the top foam. And then they put a nice little arrow here. Here's the post bolts, so you don't throw them out. So let's get in here. And I want to tell you, I was surprised. This is a pretty big battery, as you can see. But it's 230 amp hours, not 100 amp hours. 12 volt, 230 amp hours. So it's pretty hefty. Now these are all low temp protected. But I've been working on my research, doing my research. And guess what I found out? For most parts, you don't need to worry about low temp protection. That's if your temps drop below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. All right? And that's only if that temperature is the temperature that drops in the room or building that you keep these. Now I've got going to be going into my battery room, and I will be insulating that battery room. And apparently these things put off enough heat so they will keep the temperature in the small room above 32 degrees Fahrenheit, even if it gets down to 0 outside. So we will be checking on that. I'll be putting a thermometer in the room and this winter and seeing how cold it gets. But the other thing I found out I don't have to worry about is at 32 degrees, the BMS, or the battery management system in these LiFePO batteries, will not allow you to charge the battery. Okay? Now, once the temperature comes up above 32, then the BMS automatically kicks in and allows it to charge. It just protects it from damaging it in a low temperature charge. So out here, any deep freezes we get are overnight. So they won't be charging anyway because there's no sun out. Except for when I get my new wind turbine, but in the meantime they won't be connected to a turbine, so I'll have no power going into these things. So I'm not don't have to really worry about cold temperature. And they also have a built-in high temperature. Well, if they get that hot in there, then I need to put cooling in. But just an air evacuation fan will do. So I also heard that another thing it can do is save these foams right here from the boxes and put one under and one on top of each one of the batteries, and that will help insulate it. So if the temperature drops down, the heat of the battery itself will keep it warm enough to stay above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty interesting stuff, huh? Yeah. These things have come a long way in 10 years. So I'm glad that I'm switching over. Now, again, I bought these 12 volts, 4 of them, because they were on sale for Father's Day. And I got a pretty decent price on them. Although these things are $600 each, even with the discount. So you gotta think to yourself, well, can I afford those? Well, I just read something today from somebody from a long time ago who started in solar before I did, and his quote was, if you pay only a little bit of money for it, it'll never do the job that you wanted it to. So remember, how much you spend is how much quality you're going to get out of your system. So there we go. All right, now I couldn't afford these things, and I'm hoping that I get some money incoming here pretty soon on the deal that I have going for the inheritance of the property. And in a couple of months, I should be seeing some money from my inheritance, because they've dragged this thing on long enough, and the accountings have apparently been done. So all that's left is for the court to say, okay, distribute the money to the heirs, and I get paid. So that'll be a nice thing. All right, so I am going to be taking this literature inside and reading up on it. Then tomorrow I've got to go to town with one of my new neighbors and show them around and show them where to buy all different things. And those are the ones that I will be setting up with a small 12-volt system, so they can run a refrigerator and some lighting in their house and get by until they get the big unit set up. So I need to go over there too and check to see what they've got for solar panels, because while we're in town, if they don't have adequate solar panels that can work, might have to buy a couple while we're in town. But either way, if they've got the flexible ones, we'll probably just fasten those to a piece of plywood and get them set up and running. And if they damage those things, they were only good for 3 years anyway, so they're going to have to buy new panels for their main system anyway. So nothing ventured, nothing lost, right? So we'll see how that works out. I want to thank you all for joining me, everybody. Remember, questions and comments down below. And to my friend at the post office who said he would keep the door open a little extra time after closing if I needed it to go get these things, thank you very much. And when I walked into the place, they hadn't even finished processing these things and putting a card in my mailbox or anything. And he was nice enough to say, pull around the back ramp and let's get them loaded up. So he'll be a new subscriber coming soon here to my channel also, and I want to welcome him aboard. Thanks, everybody. This is G Bear signing off.